This week, I got something cooking up good for you. We are talking about mastering your money. What should you be doing on a daily, weekly, monthly basis? Not just on your annual taxes. What are the steps to making sure that you are financially secure and growing? Everything that I get in my DMs, every conversation that I have in my consultations, they all lead to, well, what can I do? Like, what's the next thing? Or what's the plan of action? And now, through these conversations, I'm going to take you through what we did, what their plan of action was, and what their results were. So, Motivated Money Systems, we're actually kicking off our next cohort in May. So if you would like to apply or if you have more questions, definitely go ahead and slide in my DMs. But we will be talking through all of the frameworks and various aspects of the frameworks with each individual this week. It is tax time. I do got clients, and all of my business owners are extremely busy as well. So I am not going to waste your time or theirs. We're going to get to it. You asked, I delivered. Today I'm going to introduce you to my new podcast, Ask Jenny. I just want to get you some of the feels, introducing myself as a coach, as a business owner, as a wife, as a mother. Join me as we continue this journey of growth together. Like, comment, and subscribe. We're going to be talking through her journey from working in the salons, moving cross country, all of the things, to now owning a salon, owning products, perfecting her curly cut courses, and doing all of the things to diversify her income. We're going to be talking about how we were able to make exponentially more money together while still allowing her to save on taxes. You ready for this?
Yes. Yeah.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, it is my pleasure to introduce Julisa, a trailblazing entrepreneur and hairstyling visionary, known as Hair Mistress _ on social media. From Maryland to Detroit, Julisa's journey in the hair industry is marked by bold moves and innovative strategies, growing her business from local salon work to owning her brand Moonchild. Her leadership and financial acumen have not only tripled her income, but also expanded her reach globally with ventures like curly cut courses and international pop-ups. Today, as she prepares for the grand reopening
Yes.
of her salon, Divine, her impact as a CEO and mentor in the hairstyling community is unmistakable. Yes, she is beautiful, kind, and selfless in so many ways. But today we are here to get Julisa's insights and experiences through working with Motivated Money Systems to grow her finances.
Yes.
Welcome. I'm so happy.
Thank you.
Take some time just to kind of chat with me and share your success and insights with others, because it's so, how many stylists do we know with the same dreams as yours?
Yeah, and a lot of them aren't really able to reach them because they don't have the knowledge. So I'm super blessed to have met you and to be able to work with you, because ever since then is like, things just took off.
Yeah.
So
Yeah. But you were ready. You were coachable. You were like, all right, tell me what I need to know. You're like,
lay it all out there.
just tell me. And I was like, all right, let's go.
It was good. It was a good move. And there will never not be a time when I don't trust anything that you tell me. Anything.
So let's back it all the way up, because one of the most incredible pieces is that you're not from Detroit. Even though you're taking Detroit by storm. Tell us a little
I'm
about
not
that
from
transition.
Detroit. I've only been living in Detroit for a little over 6 years now.
Yeah. So tell us about that transition. Were you scared?
This
What
transition
happened?
was hard. I was scared, but I just knew that I outgrew the space in Maryland. And, I was dumb in love when I made the move. But I tell everybody my career kept me in Detroit.
Yeah, for sure.
It grew in ways that I never knew that I needed.
Oh yeah. But one of the best things is that you're able to still work in Maryland too.
Yes. So, you know, that's the type of career where you could take your talents
Yeah.
anywhere. So I try to stress that to a lot of people, entrepreneurs, like, just because you do it here, don't limit yourself to one space. You can go all over. So now, actually, one of my staff members, she's about to do her first pop up in Orlando,
Oh,
Carmen. Yep.
good.
So kudos to her.
Yes.
So yeah, I definitely love bouncing around.
And so what we were able to do was kind of make sure that you could still see family, right? You can
Yep.
go back and see family, and we can write all that off.
Exactly. So, you got the perks of a business trip, but also, like you said, being able to see my family and friends and stuff, it definitely worked out in my favor. So it's something that, I appreciate doing immensely, you
Yeah.
know?
Yeah. So when we first started together, you were like, look, I'm trying to do things right. I ain't trying to have no big old tax bill, but I understand if I have a tax bill.
Okay.
Just kind of tell me what to do. What do you think has been the most impactful, like, of our interaction from then, where you're like, I might have some taxes due, but I ain't trying to pay a lot, to now we go through your tax bill and you're like, psh, here,
I would
I
say the
a
biggest
little.
thing, just planning ahead, like that first big tax bill, that was the biggest that we've had since then. And it was because I didn't have the proper knowledge and just, guidance from the wrong people. But once you open my eyes to how to manage my money better, it makes paying taxes a
Yeah.
breeze. I don't feel like I have the weight of the world on my shoulders come tax time. Listen, taxes was filed by what, January 15th. As soon as the papers came in, it was like, okay, boom. And I think that's the most impactful, is that you take that burden off of
Yeah.
me, and I'm sure your other clients' shoulders, that it's like, that's a pressure from the IRS. Don't nobody want to hear from them people.
Right.
Nobody wants to get audited. So I think just the way you work with me and help me strategize. I think that's super, super important. Because come tax time, it's like, okay, whatever. I know I already did what I was supposed to do.
Yeah.
So it's like out of sight, out of mind. I'm
Yeah.
good.
And that's essentially that's what it is. Because by
Yeah.
tax time, it's too late. You either did what you gonna do or you ain't did what you
Yeah.
needed to do.
And
So
it's just being intentional
yeah,
about, your money and managing your finances, and just always being prepared. So that way, when the time comes, you don't feel like you're racing against time, because I've seen people do it before. I can't. I cannot. I got enough stuff going on in my life. The last thing I want to worry about is taxes.
I know, I know. But what I also saw was that in strategically aligning your taxes to pay them quarterly and all that good stuff, right? It was like all of your bill management got better.
Yeah, because it's like, you have to prioritize, you know, just your bills in general.
Hmm.
So, if I know in my mind, like, okay, I know this money needs to be set aside for taxes, I know money needs to be set aside for other things too. So, it's been a complete like 180 with how I look at money, how I manage money, and just my relationship with my finances overall. And it helps with me owning a business now. I have other people dependent on me. So what type of business owner or mentor would I be if I didn't properly manage my finances?
Yes, yes, that is so good. So that just made me want to talk about the salon.
Yes.
That was on our 5-year goal plan, right? We were like,
Yes.
okay, we got to save this amount of money, we got to do all of these things. And it got fast forwarded.
It did. It happened sooner than we expected. But thanks to you, I was prepared mentally, emotionally, and financially to make the move. And it made the decision that much
Yeah.
easier. You know? So I'm super grateful for everything. But most importantly, like just getting me where I needed to be. And even though it happened sooner, it was like, okay, without a doubt, this is the move that we making.
And that just speaks to how a budget can alleviate stress, right? Like,
Yeah,
okay, you know I got to pay for
seriously.
this, so that's gone.
Seriously, but it also goes to show like having the right people in your corner to guide you and teach you and just being more receptive to things that we may not know as entrepreneurs. Because, yeah, we have the creativity, we do the work, but there's a whole other side to being an entrepreneur, and that's the finances, the business side. So I feel like we just worked so well together when it came to that. So listen, I owe a lot to you. But I'm super, super grateful.
I love you. So, one of the biggest things too, when we first started, you had some cash, a lot of cash was going on. Now you kind of developed a new system, hey, you go pay or you gonna get this fee.
Yeah.
And we also kind of talked about the products, but now they're launched. Like, let's talk about all of the different layers of your income too.
Yes. So aside from doing hair, teaching classes, having products, now I have a salon. It was like, the layers, like you said, they all tie into my passion. So it's like I don't have to just stand behind a chair. And it helps make work that much more enjoyable.
Mhm.
Just having my hands in different things that I love to do.
Yeah.
Um, but like I said, it all ties into my passion. So I couldn't be more grateful to be in this space, to be able to experience doing something that I love to do because it's so many people that I know that hate their jobs.
No, I know.
Like
Yeah.
they could be getting paid really good, but what is a job if you don't enjoy
Right.
it?
Facts.
So yeah.
So that led me to think about how much time you've been able to take off as
Girl,
we exponentially grew your income year over year. Let's
yeah.
talk to that.
The first time that you pointed it out to me, I believe this was after the first year. And, it was like traveling back and forth. And once we really looked at how much time I took off, it was like, damn, and I made more money. And that it was so fulfilling
Yeah.
because it's no better, feeling than, you know, knowing your worth and seeing your worth and seeing that grow
Yeah.
and also being able to take the time to enjoy the finer things in life.
Yeah.
So yeah, that
No,
definitely is a big thing for me. And I try to stress that to my staff too, don't sit here and feel like you got to grind and work 24/7. It's cool, while you're young, while you have the time and the energy, but make sure you take time for yourself, pour into yourself, take care of yourself because you're no good to your passion if you can't, take care of yourself.
yeah, no, that's so good. And I loved because so many stylists I know are overworking themselves. And they either turn to like, all right, well, I'm gonna make my service $1,000 per client,
I've
or
seen it.
they hit burnout, right? So
Yep.
what advice would you have to other stylists or even beauty professionals, period, to kind of make sure that they're making money in other places in order to grow your income without working hard every year?
I would say put the fear aside and give yourself grace. You know,
I love that.
put the fear aside and just take that leap. If there's something that you want to do, just go for it. You miss 100% of the shots that you don't take.
That.
So that's like a big thing for me. Like, and this all started with me taking that leap of faith to move to Detroit.
Yeah.
Like I don't have any family out there. I really started from scratch. I cannot stress that enough. I didn't know where I was gonna work at salon wise. Like I was solely dependent on me working at Mac as a freelancer.
Yeah.
So yeah,
But I
definitely take
love
the leap
that
of
too.
faith.
You utilize a job and a position to network and grow your clientele.
Yeah, yeah, and it was funny because me moving to Detroit and working at Mac, I met so many people that I still am in contact with until this day. And it was just, impactful interactions that, carried me over the years, and it has connected me with some really amazing people.
Yeah. I love that because a lot of times people were like, I got to quit my job in order to start. Well, start where you're at, right?
Yeah. Just
Start
start
where.
where you're at and then grow from there. You don't have to just drop everything. I transferred that position, and by the grace of God, it carried me through.
Yeah. And were you at Mac like, I'm going to have me a salon in a couple years?
No, no, it was not on my bingo card. I no. I knew that I just wanted to work in a salon again, but I wanted to make sure I found the right fit.
Mm.
Um, so I worked at Mac for 7 months, at 12 Oaks before I ended up working at the first salon in Detroit.
And then how many salons did you work at before you opened yours?
Two.
Yeah.
Yep. Two. And even those experiences, helped get me to where I am now. And just, like I said, impactful interactions with people and allowing myself to just grow and not putting a cap over myself and feeling like, there that there isn't anything that I can't do.
Yeah.
Um, so just, giving myself grace and just growing with the hard times because there were really hard times,
Yeah.
you know. Um, but I'm super grateful. That journey really shaped me in ways that I didn't know that I needed.
Yeah. No, I love that. Now, in the beginning, I said, you global out here. So let's talk about that, doing a pop-up shop in Paris and how that
London,
opportunity came.
yes.
Yeah, London, like, I'm just so excited for everything that's next. How did that
And
come about?
really, that came about during a trip to London when I got stuck out there with COVID during our first meeting. Uh, That was my very first meeting with Jenny. I wasn't gonna miss it for the world. I was stuck in London with COVID, but nothing stopped me from getting on that Zoom call. And a couple nights before, we were going out, me and my sisters, and I walked past a hair salon, and the slogan said "No gender, no texture."
Mm,
And I was like, wow, like the inclusivity and, diversity. Like, I wonder what
yeah,
this salon is about. And there was a guy sitting in there. He was, writing stuff down and had his computer out, which I assumed to be the owner or
right.
somebody that worked there. And I just knocked on the door and introduced myself. And we exchanged information. We kept in touch since then. And when I knew I was ready, it was just like, okay, let me just take this leap of faith. And I reached out to him and gave him, offer, and he accepted it. And then that was it. The rest is history.
Man, look, going back to you miss every shot you don't shoot, right?
Literally, we were on our way out to go get food and drinks, and something just, came over me like, stop and say hi.
Yeah,
And that was it.
that's so crazy. I love it. So, only 12% of women-owned businesses make more than 100,000 annually, right?
Hmm.
Less than 2% even hit 1 million.
Hmm.
How does it feel to be up in that top 12% and
It,
trying to creep up
listen,
there to the next level?
I never would have imagined getting to this point to where as though, I'm making that money and I still feel like I could do this for the rest of my life, It's, fulfilling. That's the best thing that I could say. It's a huge blessing. I'm grateful for my team. I'm grateful for my clients. Everybody has poured into me to some extent for me to get to where I am today.
Yeah. No. And you don't even realize how much you pouring into everybody else. I mean, I can't.
I
So that's what
listen.
I
I'm
know. Wait,
super
we gotta talk
grateful.
about. our interactions on you doing my hair.
Literally.
Nobody won't touch my hair, okay? You think you about to put
This
some
is the
color
Jenny
in
and
my
Julisa
hair?
thing.
Cut my hair? Like, no, thank you, right? But being in a salon and just seeing how your staff, how they just the reverence is there, right? They look at you like the goat that you are, and there's
And I love it. And I
they're
love
there
them.
to
Yes.
they want to like look somebody come in there talking crazy. Hold up, back it up.
Yeah.
Wait a minute now,
that
she
that
busy.
is my Detroit
I
family right
love it.
there.
I
That's
love
my
it.
family. I couldn't be more grateful for them, honestly.
Yeah,
They keep me on my toes, that's for sure.
they do.
But I love them
Yeah,
deeply. So they know that I just want nothing but success for them. And eventually I want them to be where I am today.
yes,
And even further than that.
yeah.
I always tell them like there's nothing that's not attainable. So you just keep working hard towards it and that's it. Just continue making your mark.
I love it. I love it. So what's next? What's the next big goal? We
What is
launched
that next
products.
big goal?
We did everything. What's up? What are we doing next?
I really want to open a salon in Maryland. I want to take it back home.
Hmm. Okay. All right. So
That's the next big goal.
what's going to be on our attack list? Knowing all that it took to open a salon here, knowing that you still got clients in Maryland, you do your pop-ups and everything. What's it going to take?
What is the most important thing for me to start is location.
Okay. Okay.
Location is like super important demographic. So I've been, looking at different
Yeah.
places, but it's just finding the perfect fit. That's the biggest thing for me, and just making sure that I'm connected to my target audience.
Yeah.
So just having what I do in Detroit reflect out here.
Okay.
And just, using everything that I've done out there as kind of like a stepping stone. And yeah, I think it'll work out.
I know it will. There hasn't been anything that we planned for that didn't.
Yes.
So, what would you say for every stylist out there that's kind of feeling stuck or feeling like they're reaching burnout or, know that they need to get their finances in order, but just kind of are like, I don't want to look at it?
Start small.
Mm,
Definitely start small.
okay. I like
And
that. And,
just
and
take it one
specifically,
step at a time.
what would be the step one? Somebody who got clients. Now, this isn't, I know it's a lot of people out there that are trying to see how to get started, and more power to you. We talking to the people that started. They know that they have something that people want. They got some clients, but they want to make more. They want to do more revenue, working less like you.
Look at your clientele.
Mm,
Look at your prices.
we did that.
Start there.
I like that. I like
For
that.
sure.
Well, you know, I know that you and I will go on and on and on and on, and I want to get life updates and all of that stuff, right?
Yes.
But I just wanted to really talk through the power of strategic planning and diversification of your income, and also just about managing your cash flows. You really started
For
to
sure.
organize those finances, figure out when the money was coming in, and then we did the bills and assessment of
Yeah. Literally, like even something that is really big for me. I do accept
yeah.
cash, for services, but I don't touch the money.
Mm,
My biggest thing is deposit it in the bank.
yep.
That's it. Because, and I tell people all the time, I need to make this deposit because when it comes time for me to have my meeting with Jenny, I don't need her asking, hey, where's this money at? And I'm so transparent with my staff, like about our relationship and how we work together.
Yeah.
And they've grown a trust in you. So they know, hey, me and Jenny got a thing going on. We got a system. It works for us, and
Yeah.
it's just growth all the time. So I always keep that in mind. And there's never a moment when I'm not dealing with something in the salon or finances where I don't think, what would Jenny do? What would Jenny tell me to do?
And honestly, that is so good you said that because so many people, including myself, when I was in the office accepting cash, that was free money. That was lunch
Easy
money.
money,
That was
it's
it
quick
was
money. And I think just people in general are so tempted to
yeah.
just spend,
Yeah.
and we don't realize that when it comes time to do taxes, like, okay, the money has to be accounted for, you know?
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
that all ties into just being open and receptive to receiving the knowledge from people who know what they're talking about.
Yeah.
And you're not just one of these people just posting online all this jibber jabber. Because how many videos have I sent you? Like, girl, is this
And
real?
I'm like, girl, you know that's fake. Or I'm like,
Exactly.
this part is real. This part is
Yeah,
true.
like, you're not just one of those people just throwing, little tidbits of information. Like, you know what you're talking about. And I've never met anybody that I trust that much with my finances. That's a huge, huge thing. And entrepreneurs, I don't care what you do, your relationship with your money is so important.
Yeah.
So important.
Yeah.
And just having the proper guidance is like so crucial. So I don't care what I'm doing. I'm always gonna be able to pay that Jenny bill. Okay. All the time. I don't care. I do
Uh,
not care.
now I'm gonna make sure that Jenny build tenfolds for us. I'm like, okay, we're
Listen,
gonna get to the money.
it's it's an investment.
Yeah.
And that's another thing entrepreneurs need to know. You need to invest in your craft, not just the tools that you use, but the back end stuff.
Yeah.
Like, for instance, like my booking system.
Yeah.
Like, I love Square. Everything goes through Square: payments, appointments, website, everything. And I chose that platform because that's just what works for
Right.
me, you know?
Right.
And even like with the finances and everything, like how they introduce like the Square savings,
Yeah.
and that's just like a breeze when it comes time to that money coming out for taxes.
Yeah. Yeah.
Like, we know, okay, don't touch that. That belongs to the
Yep.
IRS. It's little things like that that people really don't pay
Yeah.
attention to when
Yeah.
it comes to the business. So
So tell us
it's
all
super important.
the things. How can they find your product? Where's the salon? Where can they follow you? All of the things.
Yes, so we are located in Farmington. You can follow us on Instagram and TikTok. It's Divine by HM. The website is hairmistressaes.com. I have a new website coming up too, divinebyhm.com. So stay tuned in May.
Okay.
But products available online, booking online. I try to make things super simple for new and returning customers. But I have an amazing staff that cannot wait to service everybody.
That's what I'm talking about. Thank you so much for joining me and taking a little bit of time out of your day to just
Yes,
share
thank
your experiences.
you.
You are the GOAT.
You are too, girl.
I love everything we've been able to do. And like I was telling them before you even got on, you've helped me reshape and refirm my framework. I'm like, okay,
I
we can
appreciate
do
it.
this. Let's do this. Let's
Okay.
make sure everybody wins. So before we get off, I just want to let you guys know I help ambitious salon owners like Julisa achieve financial freedom and business growth with strategic coaching on budgeting, tax planning, revenue diversification without sacrificing your personal time or getting overwhelmed with financial complexities. Okay. And I love you.
I love you
Endless.
too.
I am so glad that we met, and I'm just so proud of you. I mean,
Thank you. I appreciate you so, so much. And I never not tell you, but God aligned us,
yes,
and I
Lord.
couldn't be more grateful, honestly.
Well, we will be talking soon.
Yes, love. Thank you for having
Can't
me.
wait for the grand opening.
Yes, May 4th.
Yes, I can't wait.
Yes, thank you so much for having me.
All right. Have a great
Thank
day. Thank you for listening to this episode of Ask Jenny. Ask Jenny has been in the works since 2016. I have started tax team services, developed coaching programs for small business owners and tax professionals, and I've even started a podcast with my husband, Finding Love. You can follow me on Jenny L. Hendricks on all platforms. But before you leave, like, comment, subscribe, and ask Jenny anything. I'm here to talk to you more about business, life, love, and all things growth.